This is a review of the Nikon 24-200 f4 to f6.3 lens, a fantastic travel, wildlife and landscape lens. Why? Well, let's take a look. This lens is pushed as an all-in-one travel option, which is true because it's light, compact and covers a range of focal lengths. I bought this lens because I honestly wanted something light to use while kayaking. I generally use it for two things, wildlife and landscapes. So this is what this video will be about, a hands-on review of the 24-200 with actual real-world samples. So that means no zoomed-in pictures of brick walls. So sorry to disappoint. Part 1 of this review will be about wildlife and Part 2 will be about travelling and landscapes. So, the 24-200 is considered a kit lens as it came bundled with the Nikon Z5. It may not have the S branding on the side like other Z-mount lenses, but the quality of this lens is actually quite good. For a kit lens, the 24-200 is quite well built, but still very light and compact. This manageable size makes it a perfect walk-around lens. Perfect for travel, perfect for hiking, and perfect for kayaking. I originally purchased this lens to use with my Nikon Z50 while kayaking, as I wanted a setup that's very small, light, and easy to use when on open water. Knowing that this lens has been designed with weather-resistant sealing to prevent any dust or moisture getting in, makes me more willing to get out in more different environments. I'm quite rough with this lens because I wanted to use it in some different, difficult conditions. The 24-200 weighs in at 570 grams, and combined with a camera like the Z50 that weighs in at 450 grams, this is a perfect setup for travel. There are two rings on the lens, a large zoom ring located at the front of the outer barrel, and a smaller focus ring located near the end of the lens. The focus ring is quite large and feels good to turn, with rubbery grooves which provide a great grip. When zooming to 200mm, you can see the two inner barrels extend out. The lens is 13 centimeters at 24, but when zoomed out completely, the lens becomes 19.5 centimeters long. There are focal markers from 24mm to 200 along the top, and there is a lock button at 24mm to prevent the lens slipping when walking around or being moved. I haven't noticed any sliding around myself, mostly because the lens is quite light to begin with, but it can't hurt to have it locked when in your camera bag though. One thing you might notice on the lens, there's no manual switch button. The change from auto to manual focus must be done in the camera. A slight annoyance, but not a deal breaker. It is a kit lens after all. The 24-200 has inbuilt vibration reduction, which apparently gives 5 stops of shake correction. The VR is really good even at 200mm. However, like the manual switch button, there's no external VR on-off button. The VR must be turned off in camera. Focusing of the 24-200 is a lot like other Z lenses. It's fast and quiet, making it perfect for video. The lens doesn't have much focal length breathing either, which is pretty good. As this is a kit lens, it unfortunately has a variable aperture, meaning the second you start zooming, the aperture begins to change. Let me explain. At 24mm, the aperture is f4, at 35mm it's f4.8, at 50mm it's 5.6, at 70 it's 6, and at 85mm onwards it remains at f6.3. This can be a bit of a struggle in certain situations, especially shooting wildlife or action sports in low light. It's manageable, but not enjoyable. Now the image quality. This lens has performed well in the many situations that I've put it in. It's not going to blow you away, but it's dependable, sharp, and gives great colours. When used on the Nikon Z50, it's pretty much sharp across the image, with the best results around f5.6 to f11. But overall, the sharpness is very consistent. It's perfect for what it is. So let's take a look at some images. Here's some handheld video examples. Take note of the stability here, or from the inbuilt VR of the lens. It's not bad. Very helpful when shooting on the Z50 that has no inbuilt camera stabilization. This lens is extremely versatile in many different situations. To give you an idea, I wanted something to kayak with, and it's performed amazingly well. It's light, compact, and a great travel lens for long hikes or even just casual traveling. It's an all-in-one package that gives you amazing image quality, but keep in mind you will be dealing with the variable aperture. However, this lens is perfect for what it is, and I wouldn't feel bad keeping it in my bag when traveling or maybe even on a professional job. It's extremely adaptable to any situation or location. Keep in mind I wouldn't replace any of my other Z lenses or even my standard telephoto lens, but to have the option and flexibility available that this lens provides is worth the price, even if that price may be a little bit expensive for what it is. It's a great lens for wildlife photography, and it hasn't let me down yet. If you're a wildlife photographer that doesn't want to break the bank, the 24-200 may be something to seriously take a look at. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Here is a relevant video. And here is a review of the Nikon 14-30 f4. Cheers.